match where Virat Kohli did not play? He was on paternity leave?
Yes, that's
True.
Similarly, for a new manager, delegating is very, very important because you can't and shouldn't do everything yourself.
A leader by delegating can create more leaders in the team, right?
Correct.
Feeling of getting perfection in everything somehow limits a manager's ability to delegate.
Delegation is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of a strong leader.
Right.
A leader who believes in his team.
I would like to tell you that if you cannot be replaced, you cannot be promoted.
When appreciating, do it in front of everyone.
So criticism should not be made public.
Yeah.
Because that can definitely demotivate and even break some employees, and they may not feel like working for you again.
Hi all, I'm Dr. Shreyagovind. I'm a performance coach and a POS trainer.
Hi all, I am Poonammadaan, founder of Break Free from Stress Training Solutions, corporate trainer and a happiness coach. Welcome to our talk show Sitconn with Poonam and Shreya. And I hope you have been watching our talk show. We recently launched on 20th of January with our first episode, which is now posted on our Facebook page and even our YouTube channel as well. So if you want to watch our previous episode of Sitconn, you can definitely check our YouTube channel. And I would request you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you are regularly updated about our future episodes as well. So today's episode is in continuation with our previous episode. So in our episodes, we are going to take up a workplace situation on a regular basis, and which generally people feel that it is very easy situation at workplace, and but when they have to face that situation, it really becomes difficult for them. And at that point of time, they may feel that they need some guidance in that respect. So me and Shreya will be sharing from our own experience in corporates and also as a trainer, and we will try to offer solutions as much as we can. So in continuation of our previous episode where we were discussing about the challenges faced by the first time managers, in last episode we offered a very interesting solution that a first time manager has to shift his mindset from me to we. And today we are going to discuss about shifting mindset from doing
to leading.
So what are your views on this, Shreya?
Amazing, Poonam. I think the discussion would be very interesting. The shift of mindset from doing to leading. So let us start with the situation for today.
Yeah. So doing to leading means the art of delegation, getting the work done from others. So when we say delegation, there is a very good example that comes to my mind. If you all have watched any Olympic games, there is a game in the Olympics that is called the relay race, where a person has to pass on the baton to the other person, and the team who is able to do it at the fastest pace wins. Now in this case, again, what happens is a person has to pass the baton to the other person, and then again and again it continues. Correct. So I feel this is again a kind of delegation, isn't it, Shreya?
Completely. As passing the baton effectively requires a lot of trust, communication, and coordination. And if you're able to do, your team wins.
Great.
And Poonam, I just want to share one example, very recent example. I'm very sure all of you would have witnessed, would have seen that the historic win of Indian cricket team in Australia, the Gaba Test, in December 2020.
Right, recent one.
Yes, the recent one I'm talking about.
Are you referring to that match where Virat Kohli did not play? He was on paternity leave?
Yes, that same Indian cricket match, yes. And the recent one where Ajinkya Rahane was captain, taking the charge as a leader. See, when a captain or the leader or the captain of the ship is not there, what happens generally? If we look at a few years back, when they had different leadership style, leader is not there, team crumbles down. सारे batsmen out हो जाते थे, एक main player out हुआ. But now you look at the situation. Ajinkya Rahane, he was a vice captain. As soon as Virat Kohli left Australia, he took the charge. He was already aware of his responsibilities. In delegation, he was given the responsibility. There was a trust among all the players. There was a proper effective communication and a coordination. And that's what happened there.
Great.
The team achieved what they could not achieve in last 31 years. They won the match.
Right.
Not only one, every player contributed. People thought, oh, there are so many new players. They are debuting. What will happen? India is gone. But India won the series.
Right.
And I believe very important point was there. Leadership is there, but very important was delegation.
True.
Similarly, for a new manager, delegating is very, very important because you can't and shouldn't do everything yourself.
Right. And there are many benefits of delegation also. Like if I am able to delegate the work effectively, it automatically relieves me from that extra workload, isn't it?
Correct.
If I'm thinking that I have to do everything myself, then definitely it will lead to a burnout. And that is not good for the manager and the organization as well. And that for the team also. So a manager should be effectively delegating his tasks. Now, when we say they should effectively delegate, there are many benefits of delegation, and I think most of us will know that delegation definitely have a lot of benefits. It can provide extra time to me for focusing on important tasks, and it also empowers my team. As you mentioned, the recent example of the Indian cricket team. If the leader will not delegate his tasks to others, then he cannot empower his team.
Correct.
By delegating, I build a culture of trust in the team, right? And it also enables empowers people to be leaders. A leader by delegating can create more leaders in the team, right?
Correct.
So a lot of benefits of delegation. But I'm surprised why, if there is a lot of benefit of delegation, why in many organizations, managers feel really difficult to delegate tasks.
You know, Poonam, when I go to corporates to deliver these kinds of trainings for leaders especially, I'm surprised to see that they lack in the adequate knowledge on how to delegate effectively. And when I show them, they are happy to see the bigger picture of effective delegation. So there are some problems. And so let's understand what could be the problem which first-time managers face when they are talking about delegation.
I feel the problems, the first thing that I feel is they may think that I am the only one who is capable to perform this job, or maybe I am the perfect person who can do this job. So this feeling of getting perfection in everything somehow limits a manager's ability to delegate, right?
Yeah. And also, I feel that many times managers feel that delegation is just passing of work to someone else. But in reality, it involves passing on the appropriate knowledge in regard to the work and authority. It is an opportunity to be a mentor. I'm very sure many people will agree to this point.
Right. And I feel sometimes people feel that it is easier to do the job by themselves instead of getting the work done from others because it takes lesser time. See, if I have to get my work done from my junior, first I have to explain him. And that will require a lot of efforts at my end, and it will require more time also. But at the time of delegation, people should consider the long-term effect of delegation and not the extra time taken at the first point of delegation. First time, if you have to delegate your work, you may take more time in completion of the job. But later, if you realize, what will happen is, if that person is able, if he develops the capability to finish that job, ultimately you will be relieved of doing that job. So isn't that going to help in a long term by saving my time, isn't it? So just पहली बार किसी को काम समझाने में अगर आप इतने एफर्ट्स लग रहे हैं, don't consider it. I would suggest पहली बार तो टाइम लगेगा समझाने में किसी को, but just think अगर उसको समझ में आ गया effectively, then how you will be relieved from that work and you can focus your attention on something important, isn't it?
Correct. Completely agree. And that's what I was talking about, the bigger picture. We need to show them the bigger picture. And this is how they will understand the bigger picture. अभी छोटे चीजों पे फोकस करना है कि बड़े चीज को देखना है. As a manager, you have to be a visionary, not to be looking at the small. And also, I feel that few leaders feel कि अगर हम delegate करते हैं ना, तो I am a weak leader. Nothing like that.
Right.
Delegation is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of a strong leader.
Okay, right.
A leader who believes in his team.
Right.
Trust his team. And
कुछ लोगों को ये भी लगता है कि I cannot be replaced, right? मैं ही सर्वे सर्वा हूँ. I am self indispensable. I am indispensable. I cannot be replaced. And for those people who feel that they cannot be replaced, I would like to tell you that if you cannot be replaced, you cannot be promoted. So better start delegating your tasks so that organization can think on you being a good leader and they can think on promoting you, right? And
yes, completely
from
agree.
subordinates' point of view, would you like to add something, Shreya?
See, from subordinates' point of view, what I feel is there are few people who are always feeling that I am not confident. ये मेरे से नहीं होगा. How can I do this? They have that fear of failure in their mind, and because of that, they do not take those responsibility. They don't take the accountability of doing that. Fear of failure, less confidence, and feel that I am not enough knowledgeable to do these tasks.
Right. So I think in that case also the manager may find it difficult to delegate. So these are the problems which a manager may have to face while delegating a task. But I would like to say that a manager has to go through the task which he has to perform, and deciding what not to do is as important as deciding what to do. So even when I also make a list of the tasks that I have to perform during a day or during a week or month or for completing an assignment, I not only make a to-do list, I also make a not to-do list as well. Now this not to-do list definitely helps me to identify those tasks which I can easily delegate. So a manager must identify those tasks which can be delegated by making a not to-do list.
Oh, that's great input, Poonam. Yeah, abhi tak I was only focusing on to-do list. Now I will start doing not to-do list also. I think I am also learning a lot. Wow.
That's true. When we discuss now, we also learn a lot. And I think our viewers will also be learning a lot. And I would request them to please add on to the comments below whatever there is a new learning for them and any suggestion they would like to add or any issue of theirs which they would like us to discuss in our subsequent episodes. They can definitely add on. So Shreya, जैसे हम बात कर रहे हैं regarding identifying the tasks to be delegated, जैसे मैंने बताया कि making a not to-do list. So in this regard, do you have any suggestion?
See, it is very, very important. We need to understand कि कौन से task किसको देना है. So for example, I will कुछ repetitive tasks. There are few repetitive tasks कि बार-बार एक ही तरह का process follow करना है. So you can delegate to someone else. Follow up with the client. कब meeting है? When I need to come? When I need to send this? So these are things why you need to get it involved. Delegate it. Some task where you can teach others. Here, I'll tell you from my example. I was into HR department preparing an offer letter. New interns have come, new people have come. I taught them how to make an offer letter. Why I need to get into the details every time? What are the things? I know they will do it. So delegate it. The task which you can teach to others and you look at the other things.
Better, yes. So these repetitive tasks and tasks which can be easily taught to others, if you have these kind of tasks in your entire work list, these can be easily delegated. And I would like to add that if there is any task which you are performing and you don't enjoy performing that task, which is outside your skill set, these kind of tasks can also be assigned to the right people who will enjoy doing that task. Like, for example, when I was in MIS department, I used to prepare the reports. Now, these reports were presented to the shareholders in AGM, and we have to make the PPTs for that. Now, I never enjoyed making those PPTs, but I had to. But then I found a friend of mine who really enjoyed designing the PPTs and all. And that was the day I thought of delegating this task of making PPTs to him. So yes, if you find such person who actually enjoys that work which you don't enjoy, so that is the right task to delegate to such person.
Correct.
Also, there are many unimportant tasks, and being a female, as we have to focus on our career also and on the family front as well.
Yes.
So we also have to identify कि अगर सब काम हम खुद से ही करने लगेंगे, घर का भी और बाहर का भी, So it will really become difficult for us to manage.
Correct.
So like Shreya, I got really got encouraged from you that you suggested कि तुम cook क्यों नहीं रख लेते हो अपने घर पे. Initially I was very hesitant कि cook रखना चाहिए कि नहीं रखना चाहिए. But when you
I remember you were telling that.
Right. So, and then I thought on that as well कि why not to have a cook to cook food? Because if I only focus on the quality of food at my home, I may not be able to focus on the quality time that I have to spend with my kids.
Correct.
So we have to identify those unimportant tasks which can be delegated. And that actually made my life very easier. Thanks to you, Shreya, for suggesting that.
यार हम टेस्ट के पीछे भागते हैं या कुक को ऐसा टेस्ट नहीं देगी. But look at the time which you are getting to spend with your children.
True.
That is very, very important. That is more important than the taste of the food.
Right. True. So
now we have understood what kind of tasks we can delegate to other people. Now people would be thinking how we can delegate effectively. What are the things we need to keep in our mind?
Right. So now is the time for us to give suggestions, right?
Correct.
Okay. So just assume, Shreya, one of us becomes the manager and we have to delegate a task. Okay. Or I am the manager and I have to delegate a task to, say, you. Right. So what will be your expectations from me? I think that will help us to understand how I can effectively delegate. Right.
Okay. Yes. See, when you are delegating, I need to know what exactly you are expecting. Then only I can deliver it to your expectation and give the best out of it.
Great. So the first...
And for that, training is also required to me, that whether I can do it or not. So training is required there.
Right. So the first tip that we can offer to the first-time managers for effective delegation is just keep yourself at the place of the subordinate to whom you are delegating the work. And from his position, just see what will be the expectations. Like first expectation will be what you expect from me. If you are the manager, what are the expectations? So as a manager, a person should make the expectation clear. And if there is a need of any training in that respect, that should be organized. And a person has to guide the subordinate as well. Right? Correct.
And
what else?
And another very important point, I feel that just now you gave the example of MIS report and making the presentation and all. We need to understand whether the task which you are giving is matching with my strengths and capabilities or not. So, and selecting right people, matching task with the strengths of the person, and then leveraging their task to improve the productivity. So that is very, very important, that as a manager, you are a manager, you need to see whether if you are giving me making a PowerPoint presentation, whether I'm good at it, whether this is my strength, and how can you leverage more and improve productivity of the team.
Right, true.
Selecting right people.
Yeah, my experience when I was working in a CA firm, and the principal, the owner of the CA firm, he was contesting an election. And for that purpose, he asked the office people to make cold calls. Now, I being an introvert person at that time, I never preferred to call people for and asking them that this is the ballot number and so, and you should vote for our so-and-so candidate. So I went to the owner, the proprietor, and I told him that, sir, I don't feel like calling. I'm not comfortable. And he said, okay, you should have told me earlier. And he identified a person in the team who actually really wanted to talk to people, very extrovert kind of person. And she was very happy when sir said ki aapko kal se ye kaam karna hai. And she was too happy. Sir, maza aayega. I will do that happily. So I feel identifying the set of people who can perform the job better is actually going to help us to delegate effectively. And in this regard, I can also suggest that if we have a set of tasks which we want to delegate, we can discuss with the team and ask them, "Aap kaun sa kaam kar sakte ho? You select." Let them select the task. Isn't it? So that will actually help them to work effectively on that particular task. Because unhone hi select kiya hai. So they have to prove that yes, I am capable of doing it. Right?
And here the same point comes, Poonam. We discussed that giving the authority to them, have a better communication, and they are choosing it, they will be having the authority, they'll be taking the responsibility, accountability. Ultimately, क्या होगा? Better result.
Right. So सिर्फ responsibility बताना, सिर्फ work share करना is not enough. Authority भी देना पड़ेगा.
Correct.
So that they should not come to you again and again कि sir वो मेरी बात नहीं सुन रहा है, sir उसको बोल दीजिए, sir you please pitch in and so on. So if you give the authority also, it will actually result in effective delegation.
Correct.
So that is
make them accountable for it.
Right. True. And I feel very important thing is to be grateful for whatever the team have achieved. When you have delegated any work and they are able to achieve it, then be grateful and be thankful, appreciate their efforts. That will actually motivate them and encourage them to perform better next time. So rewarding them by any way you can, plus appreciating in front of the team. And this is a very recent example that which we discussed in last episode as well. Ki whenever you have to appreciate your team, you should appreciate in front of all. When you have to criticize,
you have to take in a corner. Take them in corner and then take the class. But when appreciating, do it in front of everyone.
So criticism should not be made public. Because that can definitely demotivate and even break some employees, and they may not feel like working for you again if you criticize in public. But yes, if you appreciate in public, that will definitely encourage them.
Poonam, with this now I remember my manager. She always used to appreciate in front of everyone. And whenever there is anything, any area of improvement, we used to sit in her cabin and do that. So I remember her. As soon as you spoke about it, I remember my manager.
So you should be thankful to such manager, right? So with
That's
this,
what I have learned from her.
Shreya, with this, let us be thankful to our viewers for watching us, because I think we have exceeded the time limit that we decided for the show, and generally we do that. So thanks all for staying tuned. And if you would like us to discuss any situation from your life, then please feel free to comment below or message us personally also on Facebook, and we would definitely take it up in our subsequent episodes. Until we meet next, please enjoy life, keep smiling. Goodbye and take care.
Thank you so much everyone for tuning in to us, listening to us. Please do share, comment and share your views about it. Thank you so much. Keep smiling and thank you.
Thank you from Shreya and Poonam. Signing off. Bye.
Bye.